Good morning, students. Here I continue your chapter, history, chapter two, the River Valley Civilization. Okay, I hope you might have gone through your first video. Yes, dear students. If not, please try to watch that and then get the homework, whatever I had uploaded in that the chapter explanation and all. Okay. So now here today we shall study about the Babylonian civilization. Okay, now what happened here? Now after few centuries, the decline of the Sumerian civilization, another great civilization arose in Mesopotamia. Okay, after the decline of Sumerian civilization, another great civilization arose in Mesopotamia. This was Babylon. What was the name of the civilization? Babylonian civilization, covering both Sumer and Akkad. Okay, and now Hammurabi was one of Babylon's greatest ruler. Okay, this can be one but a question for you. Uh, who was the greatest ruler of Babylon? Okay, now how many years when he ruled, and he's remembered for what? He's remembered for his laws, and laws were covered. Aspects of life punishment were based on the principles of tit for tat. This word you may be using in your talk also, tit for tat. Okay, every justice in favor of the rich and upper classes. Justice was in favor of only rich and the upper classes people here. Now we shall continue. Now Egyptian civilization. Now Egypt often called the gift of Nile. Okay, now who is called as the gift of Nile? Egypt. Okay, now was the seat of another Bronze Age civilization. The annual floods of the river Nile provided fertile land and water of irrigation. Okay, now this Egypt is often called the gift of Nile and the seat of another bronze civilization. Okay, okay, this was the another great bronze, was the seat of another great bronze civilization. Do you understand, dear students? And after that, what happens? The history of ancient Egypt between 3000 BC and 1000 BC can be divided into three categories. Now, three categories. Okay, which are the three categories? The first one is the old kingdom. Okay, here what is missing there? So I'm writing here old kingdom. Number two, middle kingdom, and third one is three kingdoms. So now I can ask you, the history of the ancient Egypt between 3000 BC to 1000 BC can be divided into three phases. So name those three. So you have to name one, this, two, and three. The first one is Old Kingdom, second Middle Kingdom, and third one is New Kingdom. Now, what are the source materials here? Now, source materials are like building structures like pyramids, temple, palaces, administrative buildings, pillars, canals, and ditches that gives us an idea of their town planning and public work activities. Okay, status of various mythological figures and rulers, and artifacts of other goods like bronze tools, weapons, objects, and etc. Okay, now these are the source materials. Okay, archaeological source materials, this can be called as archaeological, the written, this this archaeological materials. Okay, the source materials, the literally source materials are in the form of hierological. Now the literally source of materials in writing. Okay, in writing only. So building, now this can be writings on pillars. Okay, pillars, walls of tombs, palaces. Archaeological source material also included the following. Now only the source materials were the literally source materials in the form of writings on papyrus and engravings on pillars, walls of tombs, and palaces. The archaeological source material also include this source materials also included in this. Okay. Now, what are the town plannings? In the city of Amarna in ancient Egypt, a royal road ran parallel to the river Nile. It connected the northern and central parts of the city. Which road? A royal road. The luxury stones. Now, what happened? The tombs were situated in desert a few kilometers. Now, we can see that that the king's official residence temples, the king's official residence and temples administrate buildings, storehouses and clusters of mud, brick house of ordinary people were situated in the center. So this you can be the main point. The king's official residence and the buildings, the storehouse were situated in the center. Tombs were situated in the desert a few kilometers away from the central city. Laborers who worked on these tombs lived in the square blocks of workers. Okay, so you can go through these few lines for this town planning. Okay, what it is? Planning. Now, after this, you have social life. How was the social life? The kings were regarded as gods, and his will was the law. He was given the title Pharaoh. Now, king is given as the title of Pharaoh, and he was at the top of social ladder. Okay, now king is at the top of the social ladder, and followed by the priests and officials. The craftsmen and farmers came next. The slaves occupied the lowest rank. Now, according to their category wise, who is in the first category, second category, third category, all these people are identified here. Okay, now social life, the king is honored as god and his will was low, and he was given the title of Pharaoh, and he was at the top of the social ladder, followed by the priests and the officials, and then only the whole people other comes the next downward. Now occupation, what is their occupation? Agriculture was the chief occupation of the people. Now, what is occupation? You will learn. The Egyptians dug canal to divert the excess of flood water into irrigation ditches. Dogs, goats, donkeys, pigs, camels, oxen, and horses were domesticated. Okay. The Egyptians were skilled at weaving, stone making, ivory making, glass making, and carpentry. Trade seems to have been carried by land and sea along the Niles. Now, you can see here the Egyptian script. The Egyptian script is called as a sacred craving. Okay, the Egyptians wrote the reed pens on the direct and patent stems of a local plant called, this is a plant name. Okay, now script consisted of symbols and representing different ideas and sounds. Now, what are the developments in science and technology? Okay, now Egyptian devised a system counting on tens. Okay, they also learned how to calculate the areas of the triangles and rectangles. Okay, now Egyptians developed a solar calendar. Also, they brought up a solar calendar, and they observed that the interval between the two flights was 365 days and divided this period into 12 months and 30 days each. Okay, what we follow today, the calendar. Okay, now the solar calendar, 365 days divided in this period, 12 months and 30 days each. The remaining 5 days were set aside for festivals. Now, remaining 5 days were set for the festivals. The Egyptians year therefore fell short of the solar year by 1/4 of a only day only. The Egyptians year began when Sirius, the brightest star, appeared in the morning sky. Now, when does the Egyptians year started? Now, this is a question here can be asked. Okay. Now, when does the Egyptian year began? When Sirius, the brightest star, appeared in the morning sky. The Egyptians also had a knowledge of surgery and human anatomy. Now, Egyptians are also known that they had great knowledge about the surgery and the human anatomy. Okay, the most wonderful creations of Egyptians are the pyramids, which were built as the tombs of pharaohs. Each one contained king's mummies and his precious belongings. Okay, now you can see some pictures here. The pyramids of Giza. Now, Egyptians built temples decorated. Egyptians built temples and decorated with huge statues and massive columns. Temples of Karnak and Abu are the most renowned. Okay, these temples were moved to new sites during the construction. Now these temples were moved during the construction of the Aswan High. Okay, the Egyptian also made figure of mythological animal called dash. This will be a question for you now here. Okay, answer. The Egyptians made the figures of mythological animal called the dash. The spelling I can give you here. SPHNIX. Okay, it is already here. The spelling usually had the body of lion and head of a man. You just imagine this animal is having the body of lion and the head of man. Now after this you have Chinese civilization. Now what happened? Bronze age civilization in China developed along the river Huang who around 1765. When does the Bronze Age civilization China developed? Another question, okay? The Huanghu called the sorrow of China. What is the meaning of Huanghu? The sorrow of China, as it often changes its course after a flood. Okay, after a flood, causing a lot of damage. The Chinese civilization flourished first under the Song dynasty and then under the Zhou dynasty. Now Chinese civilization, already I explained to you this much now. How? Now we shall see the source material. The literary source material include record maintained on bamboo strips, bone and silk records. Okay, archaeological source materials included. Now this already I had given the building structures like large platforms which bear impressions of buildings such as palaces, administrative buildings, temple, workshop, and the production of the various kinds of good. The bronze tools, weapons, vessels, and porcelain, jade, poetry, bamboo, and this all these are also the source materials in archaeological. Now, town planning. Already I explained to you, so you can go once again through this source of town planning and social. Now, town plan. Ancient Chinese city of Anyang in the Henan province of China was laid out on the both sides of a river. Okay. Now, what is the social life? The kings held the highest position in society. Now, the kings are known as the highest position in the society. He was assisted by the class of nobles and gave him military support and received the land grant to them. Okay. Now, what is there? Agriculture was the chief occupation of the people already. And now, Chinese grew what? Rice, wheat, and etc. Okay. You can go through this. Please read it. Now here, the Chinese, now what is their development in science? Calculated the length of the year every accurately as 375 days. They did this by combining solar and lunar calculation. They could even predict eclipse. Okay. Now this please read yourself. The script literally Chinese script was known, the words are presented by the picture. Later on pictures were replaced by signs. Okay. Now this, what is a religion? Chinese worship the forces of nature. Okay. They worship the forces. Ancestral worship also prevailed in ancient China. The Chinese believed that the spirit of the dead had great power. Now see what is their belief. Now the dead were wrapped in matting and buried along with their precious belongings. Okay. The Chinese consulted oracles or priests to learn about the future. The oracles held tortoise shells and cattle bones over fire. When cracks appeared, they interpreted them to predict the future. So you can go through this about their religion it is, and this is their development in science and technology. Now here, dear students, here are the main points to be remembered. This you will read yourself. I'm not going to read. So, dear students, I want you to read this. See that you read. Carefully you have to read. So, the small letters are there, very small writing. You can read. You will get the many answers from here for your questions also. This is continued till here your points to be remembered. So dear students, I hope you might have understood this. The main about the first we learned about the Egyptians, uh, about the Sumerian civilization. Now we learned about Babylonian and Egyptians and the Chinese civilization. Okay, and their science and technology, their social life, their town planning, and their occupations. These are the main points here. Okay, so please go through the chapter again and read. See that you do it on time. Okay, dear students, all the best. Thank you.